One thing worth paying attention to when looking at different Pokemon is their types. This can affect what moves they learn and how they perform against certain opponents. The type that a Pokemon gets seems to be based on their characteristics, but is that really the case all the time? Don't you just find some typings a little questionable? Does a Pokemon not have a type that it seems like it should? Well, I thought of about 25 Pokemon with this predicament. So I'm Shro, and in this video I'll be going over typings I'd fix in Pokemon. Let's dive in. Not going in regional order, we start off with the Flabébé line. The whole line is just fairy, but I would like to add the grass type. I think that they should also have the grass type because of how associated they are with flowers. It's even part of the design. I would make Goodra Dragon and Water. Its line tends to dwell in moist environments. Also, in order to evolve Sliggoo into Goodra, it needs to be level 50, during the rain. Considering all this makes me find it odd how it's only Dragon. Probopass becomes Rock and Electric instead of Rock and Steel. From its animations and dex entries, we can see that it's heavily associated with magnetism, and in order for Nosepass to evolve, it has to be in a magnetic field. I'll make Darmanitan Fire and Fighting. Its flames clearly isn't the only significant thing in its body. Would you want to get punched by its arms? How about getting kicked by Serena's legs? No thanks, it also earns the Fighting type. The power of these body parts are expressed in both of their dex entries, which further prompts me to add Fighting. I can't believe Golduck is not Water and Psychic though. It really should earn the Psychic type because of the things it does with that red pearl. So this next one I want to change completely. The whole Porygon line. From normal to electric and psychic. Pokemon as abnormal and quirky as this shouldn't just be normal. Their dex entries tells us that they are man-made Pokemon that can travel through the cyberspace. They learn electric and psychic moves, and just look at them. Next is Fomantis and Lurantis. I would add the bug type because they're based on mantises. I think Yanmega should be bug and dragon. It's based on an ogre Darnu, which is basically a type of dragonfly. Would be nice if the dragon type was included in a dragonfly Pokemon. Looks like I managed to add the dark type to 5 Pokemon, each from the first 5 regions. Let's proceed. I would make Arbok poison and dark. It just overall has a very sinister nature. It is said that it uses the pattern on its chest to intimidate its foes. Was that in the closet? I need to call my mom. There's another specific reason for this typing though. The Dark and Steel types were introduced in Gen 2, and while they were distributed to some new Pokemon at the time, only the Steel type was distributed to some Gen 1 Pokemon, and not the Dark type for some reason. And I think that Arbok would have been a really good Pokemon for that. I would add the Dark type just for Alligator's typing, and let me just let some dex entries do the talking. When it bites with its massive and powerful jaws, it shakes its head and savagely tears its victim up. It usually moves slowly, but it goes at blinding speed when it attacks and bites its prey. Grumpig becomes psychic and dark. It controls its psychic power through its black pearls, which sounds pretty psychic dark to me. Also, Grumpig is in its name. I always thought Luxray should be electric and dark. I just find it odd how it's only electric with all that black fur and its don't mess with me or I'll kill you impression. Last one getting the dark type is Gothitelle. It's literally a goth Pokemon. I would add this to Gothorita as well. Moving on from the dark series, we have 3 more typings to fix. I would make Blastoise Water and Steel. Those cannons on its back aren't for nothing. Plus it's the only fully evolved cancel starter that's still single stage. I'm changing Como-O from Dragon and Fighting to Dragon and Steel. I think that its Steel's features are much more apparent than its fighting features. I mean, look at all those armoring scales. And wrapping it up with a legendary, Cresselia becomes Psychic and Fairy. A peak legendary disassociated with the moon really gives me fairy vibes in addition to the psychic ones. And those are typings I would fix in Pokemon. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to tackle that like button and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching and see ya.